Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy again, Daniel. Today we are going to talk about a tragedy that happened in USA, America, Colorado, particularly. It's a man, a savage man, who killed his wife and two daughters. An animal. He's an animal. I can't imagine people like this are living in a society. Who does that? So, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is so disturbing that I decided I should bring it from Netflix for my fans to watch and for my subscribers. So please, the view you are going to watch is very disturbing too. So you should watch it, and we pray that this never happen again in the world. People like this should not be in this society. This society is meant for happiness, not for people like that. So it was so touching that I decided to say I should share it with you guys. So please, let's watch.
Netflix documentary, which focuses on the gripping disappearance of Cris Watts and her two young daughters in August 2018, is already on every true crime fanatic's list. Here's what we learned about the Cris Watts case from American Murder: The Family Next Door. The details of this case are extremely disturbing. Some viewers may find this story upsetting. One of the most disturbing aspects of American Murder: The Family Next Door is the fact that immediately before Cris's disappearance, she was blessed with what most families would treat as some good news. She and husband Chris, who already had a 4-year-old named Bella and a 3-year-old named Celeste, were expecting their third child. According to various reports, sometime between May and June 2018, Cris surprised Chris with a pregnancy announcement and filmed this reaction for social media. That resulting video, where Cris dons a t-shirt emblazoned with the phrase, "Oops, we did it again," has now been widely circulated across news reports and social media. At the time, it seemed like the couple had been trying for another child. The clip clearly showed Chris laughing.
That's awesome.
The expecting mother later gushed about her husband on Facebook, where she called him, quote, "the best dad us girls could ask for."
Savage.
That was just 2 months before Cris went missing. According to the August 7th text messages obtained by Oxygen, the expecting mother revealed that Chris had changed his mind about welcoming a third child.
That's why they say not everything that glitter is gold.
After what he said about the baby. Not long after Cris's pregnancy announcement, Chris entered into an affair with his co-worker, Nicole Kessinger. According to insiders, she claimed that they only seriously started dating at the end of June 2018. This matched police records, which showed that he first put her contact information into his phone on June 14th of that year. From there, it was a whirlwind. By July, a month before the murders, Chris searched Google for when to say "I love you" for the first time in a new relationship, and left Kessinger a love letter per People. By August, Kessinger was looking at wedding dresses online. Beyond that, it didn't seem like Kessinger was willingly a mistress. She believed Chris's marriage was over and told the Denver Post that November that he wasn't wearing a wedding band when they first met. She later found out about his wife and kids, telling police that Chris claimed to be in the process of separating from Cris. However, this may not entirely be the truth. The Frederick Police Department's discovery document, which outlined Kessinger's Google searches, found that she looked up, "Man I'm having an affair with says he will leave his wife in late July," which could signal that she may not have thought the relationship was over. With Cris's loved-up social media posts, it's hard to imagine that her marriage was marred with some pretty deep issues. In reality, things began unraveling at the end of June 2018, as Chris was deep in the throes of his affair. A good chunk of American Murder: The Family Next Door focuses on the events and aftermath of the 5-week vacation that the family took to North Carolina around this time. There they visited Chris's parents, but Cris's relationship with her in-laws was clearly tumultuous, a source of strain on their marriage.
So did his parents not like her?
No, they do not like her. Yeah, they do not like her. His parents do not.
According to Insider, Cris and the kids went ahead to the Tar Heel State while Chris stayed behind to work. He ended up joining his family later on, but
Just
Shanann
look at
had
how
already started to
innocent
notice
these
that he was
two
acting distant.
lovely
A text
girls
message
are.
revealed a massive
Jesus
fight
Christ,
the couple
look at
had
this.
after Chris's mother was allegedly less than cautious about their daughter's nut allergy. Shanann called his mom evil and, quote, willing to risk their daughter's life just to get under her skin. She also accused Cris of not really missing her. The pair's rough patch was bad enough that Shanann began to vent to friends. According to Oxygen, she canceled her baby's gender reveal party after Cris was, quote, very cold to her at an ultrasound appointment. If there's one thing the Netflix documentary did show us, it's that Shanann believed her marriage was worth saving, no matter how difficult things had been. By the time Shanann left for a business trip to Arizona on August 9th, the mother of two was feeling hopeful. According to Insider, Shanann told a friend that they had their best talk yet. That same day, she texted a friend a draft of a handwritten letter that she planned to give her husband. In it, she claimed that she missed the hell out of him and that she can't change what happened, but she could try to work things out with him and his parents. Unfortunately, it takes two people to fix a marriage.
This
Cris
man
was
is
using
really
Shanann's
savage.
time away to
This
seize
man.
mistress Nicole.
This
Shanann
idiot
discovered
that
Chris's
is
affair
standing
through a
there.
$60 charge on their shared card from a local restaurant.
Can't believe
And
it.
then she checked her bank statement and he went out to dinner, which that's not off, but the total was $60-some.
She was due to return from her business trip the next day and planned to confront him, hoping that they could work together to save their marriage. Shanann kept close friends. The mother of two wasn't gone for very long when she was reported missing by her friend, Nicole Atkinson. Atkinson didn't drop Shanann home until shortly before 2 a.m. on August 13th, 2018. The following
doesn't
day,
know that's her last
Atkinson
time.
couldn't reach her, leaving dozens of calls and messages, so she dropped by her house. No one answered the door, but Shanann's car was in the garage. Atkinson found this strange and alerted the police, who conducted a welfare check and searched the premises after Cris let them inside. There, police found Shanann's cell phone, purse, and medication, which prompted them to open a missing persons case. Cris initially had little explanation for his family's disappearance, only claiming that Shanann had taken the girls
That
to a
is the
friend's house.
devil.
It was a neighbor who suggested the father of two was acting odd.
This is the devil.
No.
The following day, Cris appeared on local TV
Look at him.
and pleaded for his wife's
The
return,
devil himself.
saying, "If you're out there, just come back." Nicole Kessinger could have very easily been a villain, but American Murder, the family next door, taught us that Chris's mistress was actually a key part of the investigation. As the media circus surrounding Shanann's disappearance snowballed, Kessinger realized the man she had loved had lied to her. He wasn't in the midst of a divorce at all. Shanann
This
was
is what we
15
call
weeks
sleeping
pregnant.
with the devil.
Kessinger told the Denver Post that she had texted Cris
Right.
asking about, quote, what he had done regarding his wife's disappearance. He claimed he, quote, would never hurt his family. However, Kessinger revealed, I got to a point that he was telling me so many lies that I eventually told him that I did not want to speak to him again until his family was found. I just wanted to help. With a pregnant woman and 2 children missing, I was going to do anything that I could.
You know, like, how do we convince, like, I think she's
This is how you know devils leave.
Kessinger ultimately went to the
You
Wells
see
County
people like
Sheriff's
these,
Office
you
to tell the
understand
police
how
about her
devil
affair
is.
on August 15th. She met
see the way
with
they
FBI
talk.
investigators that same day, and Cris was given a polygraph test. He failed, and that's when the truth finally started
Christ.
coming out. Most people familiar with this case don't realize that Cris initially
lovely
tried to
angels.
blame his wife for the deaths of their young daughters, Bella and Celeste. He confessed to killing Shanann, but he claimed it was only because she had already smothered their children to death first. In his telling, his killing her was a passionate act of revenge. As the documentary shows, it was a story that was fed to him by officers during questioning in an effort to get him to confess to a crime.
Did Shanann do something to them, and then did you feel like you had to do something to Shanann? Chicks are crazy.
In truth, Shanann had no motive to kill her kids. Earlier in the month, during the pair's massive argument, Shanann had said, "These kids are my world, and I have to protect them from the evil of the world." She didn't know the evil was actually living in her house. Here's what actually happened.
She is trying to
Shanann
protect them
returned
from
home
the
her
evil
business
that
trip
is
in the early morning
outside,
hours of August 13th,
of which she doesn't even know
2018.
that
She
the
accused
devil
Cris of
himself
cheating, and he
is
strangled her
inside.
to death. According to Insider, it was such a
Do
noisy
you understand?
argument
This is
that
what
one of
made
their
me
daughters,
go
Bella,
really
actually
mad.
woke up.
She is
Cris
trying
then
to
wrapped
protect
Shanann's
her
body in a
2
sheet and put it into
beautiful
his truck.
angels
Although it took just
from
3 days to recover
people
all
outside.
of the bodies, it took months for Cris to come clean.
But of which
He
she
only
doesn't
owned
even
up
know
to
that.
killing his daughter
The terror
during his
himself
trial
is
in
right
November
inside the
2018,
house,
and it
sleeping
wasn't
right
even a
on
flat-out
our
admission.
bed.
It was the consequence of pleading
How
guilty
wicked
to all 5
this
counts
war
of
is.
first-degree murder. In February 2019, Cris finally shared the whole story.
Couldn't I have, like, saved my girl's life? Couldn't I have done something? Why did I do it? I don't know.
He claimed he drove his daughter's and Shanann's body to the oil site where he worked. There he buried Shanann, smothered his 2 children, and disposed of their bodies in 2 nearby oil tanks. According to Cris, Bella's last words were devastating.
Every time I closed my eyes, I said to see her say, "Daddy, no," and that was it.
On August 20th, 2018, Cris Watts was officially charged with 9 separate counts after additional charges were added because of his children's young age. According to the New York Times, Cris ended up pleading guilty to all 9 charges in a deal that spared him from the death penalty. Death ultimately wasn't what Shanann's family wanted. CNN reports that her mother, Sandy, believed that it wasn't her right to take Chris's life, saying in court that his life was, quote, between him and God. Cris was given the maximum punishment, 5 consecutive life sentences with no possibility of parole.
This is perhaps the most inhumane and vicious crime that I have handled.
Though Cris, who is imprisoned in Wisconsin, was reportedly aware of Netflix's documentary. According to a report by People, he's ashamed of the documentary and the publicity that comes with it, with a source claiming, quote, he'll probably never see it.
Thank you for watching, and please, this documentary was taken from Netflix, also documented by a different YouTube user. So credit to them for letting me take in this video and use it. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And please, those who have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, press the subscribe button up above. And this is my name, my YouTube channel's name, Mr. Dan TV. Mr. Dan TV is always there for you to give you all the fantastic things. Next, we are going to dive into the best beaches in the world. Have a nice time and see you for the next update. Ladies and gentlemen, one love. Goodbye.